Hi 37 male, got a paternity test done and now my wife might divorce me over it. Help. Plus 3 updates. Original post. My wife, 35 female, and I, 37 male, have been married for 12 years. We have 3 kids, and I always had this nagging feeling that our middle child wasn't mine. Our oldest and youngest look just like me, but my middle child doesn't. My wife has shown me a picture of her grandfather, and he does look a lot like him, but he just doesn't have any of my family features. He looks so different than anyone else in the family. I decided I wanted a paternity test to put my mind at ease. My wife got pretty upset when I brought it up, because cheating has always been a deal breaker for her, but I just saw that as all the more reason to get one done. I told her that if she had nothing to hide, she should have no problem with getting one done. So I tested my son, and it turns out he's mine. I thought everything was fine, and I had my peace of mind. Except she told me she was going to take the kids and go to her parents for a while. When I asked why, she exploded and told me that she was seriously considering divorcing me over this stunt. That she was furious with me for doubting her loyalty to me, knowing how she felt about cheating. And that she would never forgive me for what I put our son through, making him question his place in the family. I tried to get her to see my side, that I just wanted to be sure, and that surely she could see why I'd question it when he looks nothing like me. She told me she would never forgive me for this, and that she hoped my foolish pride was worth the cost of my family. She hasn't spoken to me since. I need advice on how to get her to talk to me and get her to see my side of the story, and that it wasn't some attack on her character like she seems to think it was. I don't want a divorce. Now for the top advice before reading the updates. What is there to see on your side? You didn't trust her. You accused her of cheating. You accused her of lying. You assumed your son wasn't yours. How can you expect her to trust you ever again, knowing you don't trust anything she says or does? He looks nothing like me. There's not one single feature of mine on him. That's why I wanted the test. The other 2 look so much like me. I just wanted to make sure. I can understand her being upset, but I don't think this is divorce-worthy. 12 years of marriage, and you accused her of cheating and lying in one shot. Basically told her you don't trust her and want her to just get over it, because now you have your peace of mind. You keep saying you want her to see your side, while continuing to discount and negate her side. You aren't going to win any favors by continuing to make this all about you. I don't think I am discounting her side. I just think she could try to understand mine instead of threatening to divorce me. Oh, believe me, she understands your point of view. That's exactly why she wants to divorce you now. Now for the first update. So, it's been a couple of months now and I thought I'd update. My wife finally agreed to a sit-down with me a couple of weeks after I posted, and as some of you said, she doesn't want to stay with me. We talked. And basically it boiled down to her wanting a divorce because I don't trust her and think so poorly of her character that I thought she'd pass another man's child off as mine. She then said she'd never forgive me for treating my son so abhorrently. He asked why I hated him. I didn't realize I treated him so differently, but apparently it was obvious. I tried to defend myself, but she asked what I meant then, because no matter how I tried to dress it up, I accused her of cheating and treated our son like trash, because he wasn't my spitting image. She then brought up that she wondered if I was projecting, because only one of us ever had infidelity in their background, and it wasn't her. That stung, because while yes, I had cheated in 2 past relationships, I've never cheated on her. I said that, but she said she'd never cheated at all, but that didn't stop me from accusing her, did it? So now my kids won't talk to me, and my wife wants to divorce me. All over a paternity test. It's never gonna be your fault, huh? It's all that pesky paternity test's fault. Please seek therapy, OP. My favorite part of this post, besides your ex-wife knowing her and her kids' worth, is the fact that everyone who originally guessed that you're a cheater were correct. Mine too. It's so obvious I'm not trustworthy, so why would you be logic? She then said she'll never forgive me for treating my son so abhorrently. He asked why I hated him. This broke my heart, and I'm a random stranger on Reddit. As his father, how could you have such a cold and callous response to hearing that? Your son asked why you hated him. Do you understand what that means? That poor child has had to deal with believing his father not only doesn't accept him, but genuinely hates him. For God knows how long, and you're still playing the victim? The only upside in this whole situation is that your soon-to-be ex-wife, unlike many parents on this app, is standing up for her children and refusing to let you get away with this BS. Her job as a mother is to protect her kids, and she's doing that. It was supposed to be your job too, but you seem to have failed in every conceivable way. Easy, because he does hate his son. First he hated him for existing, and now he'll hate him for proving his mother right about dad being a craphead. Second update. My wife is divorcing me. If you need all the details, you can check my profile, I guess, but the short of it is, it's over me getting a paternity test. I want to spend Christmas together, but my wife won't spend it with me. She said she'd split the days so I could see 2 of my kids, but I want her and the 3rd child to come too. She refuses to do this. I asked my son if he wanted to come see me and he said no, he'd stay with my wife. I said that I shouldn't continuously be punished for getting a paternity test and that the kids deserve to spend time with a full family unit. She said our son deserves to be around someone who doesn't act in a way that makes him feel like I hate him. I tried to argue being a full family unit again would be good for everyone, and maybe we could even try to reconcile since I still don't want a divorce and think she should give me another chance. She said no, offered to split the day again, and that was it. How can I convince her to come spend the day with me? Oof, I just read your post history. You sought a paternity test based on lacking even an elementary knowledge of genetics, and with absolutely zero evidence of cheating on her end, and laughably, you have cheated twice in previous relationships. Your wife was rightfully upset due to your obstinance and cruelty. Now she wants to divorce you, and yet somehow you are upset that she doesn't want to spend time with you? Leave your wife and your son alone, unless it's absolutely necessary for co-parenting or divorce-related legal reasons, and seek therapy. If you are considering ever entering another intimate relationship, you need help before doing so. Your behavior is not normal. I hope you eventually see why your behavior is utterly wrong. How? You don't. You can't. You don't seem to understand that what you did was absolutely an assault on your wife's character, a monumental one, and a pretty significant rejection of your middle son, even though the test came out that he was in fact yours. The thought was in your head as if you didn't want to claim him without absolute proof. Proof you didn't require for your other 2 for some reason. I don't blame her for never forgiving you for it. You had zero evidence of cheating. You were just so ignorant of genetics you felt that not having a matching trio of mini-me's meant that one might not be yours. She wants you to suffer for this, and that's what you're going to do. You can have Christmas with the 2 kids you never doubted, and without the wife and son that you did. Now for the last update. My wife and I are divorcing against my will over me getting a paternity test. She wouldn't spend Christmas with me or make our middle child see me, though she did offer to send our other 2, and she refused to have dinner with me on my birthday, despite me asking her several times to do so. I finally got frustrated when she refused to see me this weekend, and told her she needed to start working with me so we can work this out, and she needs to stop coddling our child and make him see me too. My wife refuses to work with me at all and refuses to send my son, who I, in her words, treated like trash, to see me against his will. I really think if I could just get her to see me, I could convince her to talk this out with me. I don't want to be the first person in my family to end up divorced. My mom says to give her space because she thinks I messed up by doing what I did, and any chance of reconciliation needs to be on her terms, not mine. But my dad is actually mad at me because he thinks I acted like a piece of crap, in less polite words, and ruined my relationship, and he has taken my wife and child's side completely. I don't want to let this keep festering, so I actually need good advice to get her to agree to talk things out with me. You already got a ton of response the last time you posted this. I need helpful advice. Telling me I suck and people are happy about the end of my marriage isn't helpful. But you do suck, and everyone in your life is happy about the end of your marriage. Because you suck. It doesn't matter how many times you post this, no matter what sub you post it in. No one is going to validate you. You torpedoed your marriage and your relationship with your son. You can't force your soon-to-be ex-wife or your son to forgive you or work this out. I don't think there are any words you could say that will ever fix what you did. Even if there were words you could say, coming from you, they would be meaningless because the only thing you care about is yourself. Your posts are all me, 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 me. Never once have you ever acknowledged the pain you have caused your wife and son. Second story. Update. My wife stopped taking her birth control without informing me. Original post. My wife, 35 female, and I, 37 male, have been married almost 9 months. We tied the knot last December. We came into the relationship both wanting children. However, we had mutually discussed and agreed to wait until we owned a home. I finished school, and we had our finances in order more before starting to try. The entirety of our relationship, she's been on the pill as her preferred method of birth control. My wife is out having dinner with her parents tonight while I'm hanging out at the house with some friends. She had ordered groceries to be delivered earlier today, and when they arrived, I, of course, started to put things away. One of the items she purchased was a pregnancy test, which was such a shock that I literally felt my stomach drop when I saw it. Immediately, I called her and asked why on earth she ordered a pregnancy test. Turns out about a month ago, she decided to stop taking her pill because she thought we were ready for children. I asked why she wouldn't get my input on something so huge, and she replied that she wanted to surprise me. I told her there are literally 100 different surprises that I would prefer currently. Told her I'd see her later, and ended the call. Her period is due later this week, so unless she plans on taking it early, we won't know if she's pregnant for a few days. I'm livid. We are not in the position to become parents currently. I certainly don't want to be bringing a newborn into the world in the current situation. I don't know if it's justified, considering we are married and both eventually want children, but I feel absolutely betrayed that she would make a decision like this behind my back. We had even agreed that if somehow we got pregnant while she was on the pill, we wouldn't go through with the pregnancy. I know she'll be coming home soon, and honestly, I don't even want to look at her right now or know what to say. Am I right to be upset about this? What should I do? I'm currently working a full-time job while pursuing my master's. I literally do not have the time to be a suitable parent. Edit. She just texted me. I'm so sorry that you're reacting this way. You've seemed really unhappy lately, and I thought you would consider this good news. Now for the top advice before reading the update. This is completely messed up, but what also stands out to me is her apology. Saying she's sorry you're reacting this way does not equal her being sorry for her actions. I agree. She's always been a crappy apologizer because she rarely thinks she's wrong. Google reproductive coercion and send her a link. In some places, this is considered sexual assault. And also, get a lockbox or safe for your condoms that only you have the key or password to. If she complains that you don't trust her, look her in the eye and say, "You're right, I don't. You have to earn it back." That's so messed up. You're absolutely justified in your reaction. Be careful though. If she's willing to do something like this once, time to add condoms onto that shopping list. No kidding. I'm so sorry that you're reacting this way. You've seemed really unhappy lately, and I thought you would consider this good news. This is not an apology. This is her blaming you for your normal reaction to her decision, which she's not taking responsibility for. Also, the idea that children will fix melancholy or any other interpersonal issue is deeply flawed. More often than not, it results in bigger problems. More fighting, and a poor kid who doesn't know why everyone's angry all the time, but they're still somehow sure it's their fault. This is in no way the reason to bring a kid into the world. I'm not even unhappy. I'm just occasionally stressed. So yeah, not sure why she would think I'd be happy about added stress. Because she's so wrapped up in being excited about this herself, that she can't consider that you might not want it right now. That a baby is not good news for you, especially one planned without your consent. Take a long hard look at if you want this to be the rest of your life. Now for the update. I never expected the amount of replies I ended up receiving on my post, nor did I even realize the gravity of my wife's betrayal at the time of posting. I had a lot of people comment or reach out asking for an update, so here goes. I had made the decision that until we knew if she was pregnant or not, I just wanted some distance to think or cool down from my initial anger and shock. I told the wife this and spent a few days over at a buddy's house trying to process everything. Ironically, my wife's birthday fell within the days I wasn't home, so she's been extremely mad at me too. She ended up informing me this morning that she got her period and asked if that means I'm coming home now. I'm still feeling extremely betrayed by her, and although we did dodge the bullet this time around, I have so little trust in my wife now that I don't know if our relationship will be salvageable. I'd rather be a young divorcee than feel like I need to keep my condoms in a lockbox or something to prevent my own spouse from tampering with them. I'm not 100% sure if therapy would even be worth it, considering she's still infallible in her own mind, but I guess if she sees the light and genuinely apologizes soon, I'd be willing to pursue it just because I do love her. As far as I'm concerned, the ball's in her court, and if she wants to try and make this right, it's going to take some actions on her part that shows she's truly sorry and willing to earn my trust back. I'm not sure that even if she does make the effort, our relationship is repairable at this point, but maybe after some extensive couples therapy, we can figure out exactly where our relationship went wrong and why she thought that behavior would be acceptable. Thanks, Reddit. Ironically, my wife's birthday fell within the days I wasn't home, so she's been extremely mad at me too. Gotta say, this doesn't bode well because it seems she obviously doesn't understand why you'd be upset and might miss her birthday. OP, please take that information into consideration. It seems there is a severe lack of ability to look outside of herself and her own interests, as well as a lack of moral compass. She is your spouse, but I would consider thinking how you see your life together progressing. You've only been married for 9 months, and if she's pulling this destructive crap now with no remorse, where will you be even 5 years down the line? OP, please remember that there's a difference between apologizing for what she did, genuine remorse, and apologizing for getting caught. And the classic, I'm sorry that you got upset. I've started to see all the fake apologies under a different light since I browsed Reddit. At first, I thought they were badly worded apologies, in which the offender wanted to share responsibility. I figured out this isn't an apology at all.